Good morning. This is Debra V. Wilson. It's Wednesday, the 19th of June, 2024. Ours is, sorry for them working on that. I never did that before until I started traveling internationally. Anyway, but I digress. Uh, Our life, and I'm outside again, so you will hear a myriad of street sounds, and some of those street sounds are profanity, so just go with it. Any case, our life is a series of many things, and including a series of interpretations. Ours is an interpretive experience. Life is. We have a series of experiences that happen in our lives, and we interpret what they are and what we're going to do with them. With that interpretation in mind, people interpret how they understand their gender, the ethnicity, their religiosity, whether they'll have any religiosity, faith, or not. They interpret how they are, who they are, and when they are, and what that means. And then if you have the space to choose how you interpret, you do. But sometimes that's an interpretive matter, how you understand the space you have, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's, for instance, I think about Black American experiences. My parents were survivors of Jim Crow, Mississippi. May they both rest in peace. But nevertheless, they still interpreted no, no, they, no colors allowed. That's the nicest word that was used. And what they were going to do with that experience. How my parents interpreted Jim Crow, Mississippi, is reflected in the fact that they left and they went north. It was reflected in the fact of how they chose to raise their children and the sacrifices they made so the children would all go to private schools. Again, ours is an interpretive journey. We're constantly in interpretation. I don't walk down that street because it's not safe. I've heard it's not safe, and I want to stay safe, and this is how I understand I should stay safe. I don't walk down that street. I want advancement in my career, so I should go to school. I should do this. I should start networking with people. In the United Kingdom, in our country, we have people who are tasked with addressing people who have chosen to interpret one or more identities in a way that's illegal because it's adversarial and not conducive to a sane and safe country. So for instance, some people weaponize their gender. No, not meaning to be sexist, but some men feel because they're a man, they have a right to comment on women's bodies, or should I say females. And sometimes they believe they have the right to do other things because they're a male. Some people believe because of their ethnicity, they have a right to respond to people in a weaponized, aggressive manner they don't share ethnicity with. Some people choose to weaponize their religiosity and become harmful to people because in their construct of their religiosity, they are allowed to attack. It is the job of some agencies within our country, the United Kingdom, to address those people, to not only address those people who have understood a particular identity, one or more identities, because we're all a mass of several identities, in a way that's adversarial to society. They not only need to address it, they need to garner an understanding of why anyone would want to weaponize any identity that led them to the point of hurting another human being or hurting anyone or anything. I think it's easy to dismiss, for instance, counterterrorism police out of the Met is SO15, Metropolitan Police. And I think it's easy to dismiss them as just cops, whatever you think that is, just cops. But SO15 is actually tasked with understanding why anyone would take any identity and weaponize it to the point of hurting another person, another human being. It's not an easy job they've been given. They chose to do those jobs. They are paid to do those jobs, and we expect them to do those jobs. But nevertheless, you have to acknowledge it is not an easy task, and it's one that's not easily understood. So I always think about the fact when we hear about this person because they had banned materials, they were supporting some banned group, watching some crazy violent film, advocating the harming of somebody that's not like them. They are expected, we expect them to, we give them the right to stop those people and their weaponization of whatever identity they have weaponized. We give the state the power to say, this interpretation you don't get to do. You don't get to act out of it. And we expect them to proactively understand and learn why people would want to weaponize any identity to the point of harming another person or anything, why you would want to do that. It's always a reminder to me that benign or not, our journey through this existence, through our lives, is one of interpretation. And there's some interpretations that rise to the level in which the state has a right to step in and say, not only ask you, what are you doing, why are you doing it, and to stop you. This is Debra V. Wilson. I'm on another walk this morning, as ever, thinking about UK national security. Hope you're well and look forward to my next brief podcast. Thank you.